Welcome back to The Juice. Jarrod Tillinghast. I'm here with my co-host and my partner, the Bronx Bomber, Richard Cappiello. We have a couple of special guests here tonight, but first I want to talk about what we're bringing to the table tonight, what's hot and what's not, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what you're getting from The Juice. We have a few special guests here tonight. The Ranger Mike Darrah, who's fighting on Brawl for All 5 against Chad Limoncello. We have the People's Champion of West Warwick, Jason Messier, and no other than the artist, Gerald Schifone. Gerald, where are you from?
Brockton.
From Brockton.
Because we're outnumbered. Brockton's outnumbering us here.
Yep.
City of Champions.
City of Champions. Brockton's been invading Rhode Island. These Brockton guys are. Rich, what's going on, buddy? What's hot? What's the juice? Give me the juice, buddy. Give me the juice.
What's the juice? The juice is the Patriots, by far.
Well, I hope we're all Patriot fans in this room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Maybe we get Brawl for It All. Maybe the next Brawl for It All we could get is like the Philadelphia Eagle fans versus the New England Patriot fans.
That'd be pretty cool, right?
You see some of those videos? Those Philadelphia Eagle fans?
Walking through the crowd.
Oh, my God.
Walking back to their car, right?
Philadelphia is the only place where they boo Santa Claus. The true story. Back in I think the late 90s. I don't even remember that. They booed Santa Claus when he came out once. That's Philadelphia for you.
That's a tough
so
city.
As much as people, I saw a great meme the other day. It said the rest of the universe is rooting for an asteroid to hit the Earth before this game because they don't want to see the Eagles or the Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I believe it.
Haters across the board.
I think everybody across the country is going against the Patriots. I think only a little New England, a little dot of red up in the map is all Patriots, but everybody else is against the Pats.
When you have such a run of dominance and you're that unstoppable, they're going to hate you. They hate you because they ain't you.
They hate you because they ain't you. That's the truth.
Speaking of, I mean, I think that the reason they've been so successful is, the people that are involved behind the scenes. I mean, it's the coaching. There's a lot. You know what I mean? It's the whole company, the whole organization that makes them successful.
I'd say the Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and the GOAT. I agree.
Yeah.
Those three guys in that organization, and the way they do it, they're different than everybody else. They have a different policy, and that's kind of the direction that we're heading with Brawl for It All.
Exactly.
We're running a really prestigious event here. We're establishing ourselves as something that if you fight for Brawl for It All, you're bringing respect and class, and we have world-class trainers, training these guys. It's not like they're just coming in and throwing them in the ring.
You make a great point, and I want to bring that up because it's been brought up in West Warwick. People saw our promotion, and it got great reviews. People were asking, hey, can I just show up at this event and fight my brother? That's not how it works. You got to be sanctioned by USA Boxing. And this gentleman's been, how many weeks you've been training now? At least 6. It's going to be at least a 6-week training process.
6 to 8 weeks, yeah.
I mean, you've changed the way you eat. You've changed your whole lifestyle. So this isn't, maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on how this event, even though, I mean, there's obviously a family feud here, but how it's kind of centered you and kind of got you back on the straight and narrow. Maybe you could talk about that.
Yeah, man. I was in a motorcycle accident, and I had just kind of started getting back in the gym, but with work and life and kids, I just got lazy. I put a lot of weight on, sitting on the couch, and then I started back, like I said, and then I got in a pretty bad motorcycle accident right before Thanksgiving, and I was like, hey, it is what it is at this point. I'm gonna be laid up to Christmas. Might as well just eat and enjoy myself. And I did for a couple weeks, and next thing I knew, I was tipping the scales at about 295, 297. It's 6 foot, almost 297 is a big boy.
Yeah.
And I got things happened with the call out and the family member, and he called me out. And that day, I mean, I still had a banged up knee, a torn ACL. I just wrapped it up and I started training.
You mentioned something earlier about your wife made a comment to you.
Oh, she said
since you've been training with all this.
She said today with the training and everything, just mentally everything's been good. I mean, I've been to war, combat and stuff like that, and I have PTSD and all those issues, and sometimes I get outside my head, but and I get just blah, and it happens sometimes. And since she's just seen such a change in my life, I called Gerald, my buddy Gerald Schifone, and I was like, listen, this happened. You need to train me right now. We need to get this going. What should I eat? I mean, I knew what to eat when I was younger, and I could put on weight and lift and stuff like that, but I couldn't anymore. I couldn't just eat the straight protein. So Gerald kind of gave me a basis of a diet. I ran with it. I cut it in half and actually took more out of it. And for the first like week, every meal I was sending this kid pictures and going, look at this, look at this, look at this.
You posted on Instagram while you're doing meals.
You know what I mean? And I just started cardio, and I changed my whole lifestyle. Like, and it's crazy. So from December 7th to January 4th, I went from 295, 297 to about 255. And now I went back up to 260 because I kind of started eating a little bit more, but it was more like I started working out a little more, And then now probably I'm about 250. So 250, 255, depending on how much water I drink during the day,
I want to really make the fans understand that there's definitely requirements to fight for us. We're not just getting guys off the street and letting them fight. Everyone that fights for us, we send to a gym with a trainer that we know, so we know they're getting prepared to the best of their ability. And of course, medically, they're going to be sound.
Yeah.
Of course, we are sanctioned by USA Boxing, so we have a liability, a policy there. We've got the doctors that are there. So, I mean, they're wearing 16-ounce gloves with headgear. So, we definitely are looking out for the best interest of these fighters, but it's an experience of a lifetime. It's an opportunity that we're allowing these guys, and girls to go out and live out a dream.
Because they all are amateurs. There's no professionals. Correct?
No, and no experience. And but we are making them as a requirement to go to a gym and prepare yourself for 6 to 8 weeks, and so you can bring out the very best of yourself. So that's what we're trying to do, and it's an opportunity for everybody. And we're very structured and very detailed, and we're very professional in what we do. And this concept is just, it's going to take America over.
This is the fifth one, right? This is Brawl for all 5?
Yes.
How have the other 4 been received in the different cities and towns you've been to?
Well, Rich ran his first 2 in Brockton and
Bridgewater, actually.
In Bridgewater, and both of those, Rich, how did they go over?
We did great. I mean, it was the news, kind of like when we came out here, like people like, what's going on? Like, what's happening is, this thing's taken a life of its own now, and like the social media has been amazing. Jarrod's out there. He's basically our social media outlet, and he's out there. He's the face of this, and he's out there pushing it, socially all the time. I'm working on more of the behind the scenes things. I'm working on all the details and putting all that stuff together. So I think the combination of us is a great combination. And we've surrounded ourselves with a lot of great people, and it's just taken a life of its own. So it's great.
Whenever you're doing something new and something innovative, people are not going to understand it right away. And I think that's to be understood. So I want the people of West Warwick to know the reason I got involved. I'm not getting paid to do any of this. I just think it's something awesome for the town of West Warwick.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great night to come out. You're going to be having a lot of people come. I mean, I know from Brockton they're going to be coming out in full force,
and from the
the boxers are from all over Rhode Island and Massachusetts. So you're going to be having a lot of people
Connecticut. We have Connecticut guys coming.
So you're going to have people come into our town that maybe have never been there. So it's a really great opportunity for West Warwick. We have so many great businesses in West Warwick, whether it's Melanzi's or Bonehead's Wing Bar, whether it's Jell's Kitchen. People are going to be coming into our town, and before and after the fight, where they're going to get dinner. They're going to come have dinner somewhere in West Warwick. Maybe they're going to go out afterwards to get something to eat. So I think it's going to be an awesome night for West Warwick. I'm super excited, and people ask me why did I get involved. That's why I decided to get involved.
Yeah,
with it.
thank you too, Jay.
No problem.
Thank you for jumping on board. I think that you've seen what a lot of people see. We have I have a news reporter from Washington D.C. They're doing a big story on our concept. There's not been in the first, when we first came to Rhode Island and we went to the Last Resort at Smithfield. It was an outdoor show. It was a beautiful summer night. I've gotten so many compliments till this day saying, a lot of times people, they don't know. They think 2 guys have a grudge and all their friends, and it was elegant. It was sexy. It was classy. It was a night that people still talk about till this day.
Well, because it's so structured, it's a way for them to settle their grudge in a structured environment. And then the training process, what Mike's talked about, I mean, his story is amazing. I know, and especially on my social media pages, we're going to share your story soon. If people heard his story, there's no way you can't get behind this gentleman in this fight. I haven't even met your opponent, but your story is so unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a true, I mean, I can't even compare it to any other story I've heard, and as far as this goes.
Chad also has, his opponent also has a similar story. So I give them both props. To me, they're both great guys. I think they both have, have made a lot of changes in their lives and gone in great direction. So I want to, let you know on both ends, it's definitely not a one-sided thing here. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I don't say that because I've only met him.
And,
But
I want the best for both guys.
Excuse me, but like you both were touching on, it's everybody has a story.
yeah.
Everybody has their own unique story. You know, Gerald's story. You know, he's got a great story. Everybody has their own story, and everybody's unique in their own way. And that's what I've kind of really started really taking in as promoting these fights and running these fights with Rich. I'm meeting people from all areas, and I'm getting their story. And I'll tell you something. I've got a connection to everybody. The girls, they have their own story. Everybody has something that they're coming up with.
In some ways, it's not predetermined, but in some ways you're doing WWE better than WWE is doing WWE because the storytelling, that's what people are going to come out to see. I mean, they want to see a fight, but it's the story behind it. You want to feel the emotion of when you know his story, and I really want to find out Chad's story. So then when we're fighting, it's not just two random bulls going at it. It's these two human beings with such amazing stories. And at the end, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Do you think at the end of this matchup, maybe your disputes will be settled in the ring, and be able to, or do you think this is something that, I don't know?
He's going to try. We're hoping for that. That's the ultimate goal for our company, is to have people grudge but get in the ring at the end of the day and shake hands and move forward from it. It's not always a guarantee.
Of course, yeah.
We are all, real people here. These are real situations. These are not made. These are not dramatized. So there's a lot behind each fight. So, that's what we're trying to do, and we're hoping for that.
Well, that'll be a good follow-up when Brawl for All 5 is done, is to go, all right, well, where are we now? Has this been settled?
Go back like the NFL does.
So the story continues.
Where are they now? And what's the Ranger doing now? And hopefully, we send the camera crew out to see what the Ranger and the Lion are up to. Maybe they'd be out to dinner or have their families together. They are family.
Maybe they still hate each other. You never know.
Anything. But our hopes, at the end of the day, our hopes are to bring these people back together. They have a beautiful family. I mean, I haven't met everybody in their family, but talking to them through social media and getting to know the who's, they're a great athletic family. They're handsome. They're beautiful. They have this big, amazing family, and they're all over the place, and they're all like in this, it's such a separated family, and at the end of the day, we only have family. So the fact that these guys, I see such a beautiful thing happening, they can all help each other, regardless of whose situation and where they come from. I think, like I said to Mike the other night, I said, Mike, Chad is going through his own thing, and he's recovering, and you're doing your recovery, and everybody's banging heads, and this is a tough time right now for somebody who's coming back from addiction. It's a lot of pressure. And now, not only are you fighting, but now you're fighting with all the people you love, even though you're mad at them. Yeah. You're still fighting with all the people you love. I said, never mind helping the other guy, help your family by understanding them and finding out what it is that you can bring back together. And that's my goal. To get this. They got a beautiful family. Jason, and once you get to the fights and you start meeting more of the people involved around these guys, it'd be a really great. It's my hope from my heart to bring these fighters together, and that, because if you get the Chiefs, the Indians follow, and they're the Chiefs. So if the two Chiefs come together, the Indians will come with them.
Beyond the fighting, do you think that after this fight is done, you'll kind of stay on this regimen? I mean, you've been this new training regimen. You've been eating healthier. Do you think that this kind of already has you on that straight and narrow as far as that goes? You
know what? Absolutely. At this point, is just mentally for me. I said it to my wife today. I came home. I did a great workout this morning. Went back to the cardio afterwards, and I came home and I just told her. I said, "Listen, this is the best I've felt in years. Mentally, physically,
That's
like
awesome.
I've never really. I had a respect for boxing before. Like my dad always watched like Tommy Hearns fights, and everybody growing up, we always had the fights at the house, and but I never really thought too much of it, And then I got more into like jiu-jitsu and stuff, and then got lazy. But like I found a whole new respect for boxing.
That's
like
awesome.
The workouts are unbelievable, so much different. Like they always it's said all the time. There's workouts and there's boxing workouts, and it's honest to God.
Why did you get involved?
What
brought you to the table?
I actually grew up 2 streets over from Chad. I know Chad. I know Mike. I know both of these guys. So, and I know Chad. has his own camp and stuff, and I knew he was all set, but I know Mike doesn't know anybody in the boxing game, and he happened to be at my house, I think, around the time. I think I tattooed you not too long ago, and you were telling me that this was going down, and I said, I'll gladly help you, Mike. And so I took Mike under my wing a little bit, and I introduced him to some of the people that I knew, and he's taken it so much further than I've even thought he would. I'm like, oh, he's just going to be another guy who just doesn't take this he's going to take it lightly.
Yeah.
And when he takes it lightly, he's probably going to get his butt kicked because Chad already has some experience.
Yeah.
And but he's caught on quick. He listens well. He trains hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell the kid anything twice. He knows. You tell him something, it like clicks in there, and he practices it. You could tell. And I just told him that you got to get your weight down. I said you're gonna feel better when you're smaller, and you'll be able to move faster and better.
Yep.
And he's getting there. I mean, he's got a few weeks left.
He's very secretive with his training, though. I mean,
Speaking of secretive, he was secretive with his theme music, his entrance music. When I talked to him, he wouldn't want to reveal it because you guys are giving away a prize for the best entrance, right?
Yeah, he said that.
That's Gerald.
Are you guys really doing that? The entrance thing?
yeah, we give away. This is the first time, Brawl for It All, we're giving away the best ring entrance, the best music. It doesn't matter if your song is better than everybody else's song. It's the whole package deal. It's the ring entrance, the outfit you're wearing. It's a little bit of everything that's coming out. And this is the other unique part of Brawl for It All. What we're doing.
Be funny.
We're getting your stories. You're coming out as Ric Flair, and like I said in the last one. There's ghosts in the rafters. People got Godzilla outfits there. It's crazy. Wait,
someone's gonna have a Godzilla outfit?
They're gonna be running around in Godzilla costumes over there. The fans, it's nuts. We have So I'm sure.
That's just a Saturday night in West Warwick.
That's a Saturday night in West Warwick. Well, the Ranger. I mean, he's got a surprise. And then I had a couple other fighters that telling me, wait till you see my entrance. So I mean, I'm excited about this entrance. Brawl for It All is gonna be known like, wow, I wonder who's going to have the best ring entrance. Brawl for It All 6, Brawl for It All 7. People are intrigued by it. And I'm trying to get videos out of people for him training, and he's over there.
It happens. There's only certain things we'll divulge. Things like that don't come out.
You talked a lot about this fight. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. How many fights are there going to be? There's going to be at least 10, right?
Yeah.
10 to 12 fights. And believe me when I tell you, I wish we had the time to go through every one of these kids in more detail. It's just we don't seem to have enough. As much time as I think we have, it's just not enough time because the storylines are so unique and interesting that there's so much behind the scenes that the more you know, the more you want to be a part of it. I mean, it's just, I know Mike came in to pick up tickets a couple weeks ago, and I had some, friends and this and that, a couple customers sitting in there, and Mike just started talking a little bit, and by the time he left, they're going, I'm going. I want to see this kid.
It's February 17th, 7 o'clock at the West Warwick Civic Center.
Yeah, doors open at 6.
It's the same Valentine's Day massacre.
Actually, doors open at 5 because the fight's going to start 7 sharp.
Yeah, they do. And
So-
honestly, you
still
got to get your tickets because they're going.
Tickets are going. Yeah, they are. Tickets.
We will sell this room
is
out.
like we said. We're bringing you what's hot and what's not. And right now, Brawl for It All is the hottest ticket in town. We are on fire, and we can't. The phones are ringing. We're just really moving along.
I know from being in West Warwick every day, people are talking about this fight. It's definitely a hot topic of discussion. People, because I think a lot of people I think this video was great because you're explaining to people what it is, and they're kind of getting an inside behind the fourth wall, figuring out what it's about.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Mike a little more in detail because this show goes really fast, believe it or not, the time goes. And this guy's got a great story as well as his opponent, Chad. But Mike, you're here. Tell us a little more about you and you behind the scenes here.
All right, I guess a quick synopsis is basically, I'm from Brockton, east side of Brockton. I said that before, it's kind of corny saying it, but it really is a big family. As you've seen, you guys have seen it, you know what I mean? Everyone's coming together, people I haven't seen in years.
The Brockton Hub.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
I got involved with that group.
Yeah, that's toxic. But, a little about me, I grew up there, and I went through schools, and I played sports, this and that, and I went right in the Army right after high school, because I really didn't know my direction in life at that point. but I knew I wanted to do something exciting. So I went to the Army. I went to be an airborne ranger. I went to airborne school. I went to the 82nd Airborne for a while. Been to Korea. I've been overseas. I've been to combat. Oh God, I couldn't even tell you how many places I've been. Came back, and then I was an airborne instructor at the end. I taught airborne school, and I had a good opportunity to become a police officer. So I took that opportunity, got a school drop to get out a little bit earlier. Got out on August 23rd, 2003, and I started the police academy August 26, 2003, for the city of Brockton, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Everything went good for the first few years. They actually joked to me and said I was like a crap magnet because like all the stuff came to me. And I had a couple justified shootings where a kid had come out of a bar shooting. They had a shootout coming towards my partner and I. He raised the gun to us, told him not to. Police dropped the weapon, ended up shooting him 9 times before he actually fell. Got up, chased him, had to pick him up, body slam him. At the end, they found over 150 different rounds.
You shot him 9 times and he still kept coming?
9 times, 14 holes, entrance and exit wounds.
Wow.
He got up, big kid, a little bigger than me. I knew the kid, which is the sad part about it, But things progressed from there. Things were great. Like I said, we found over 100, I think it was about 120 shell casings that night because we had an automatic weapon in the background that was shooting at the other kid. So,
How did things go bad?
things went bad. I had another shooting, chasing the Quincy from Brockton, got in a real bad car accident. Once the car accident happened, between the stuff from the war and the stuff from, the car accident, I got hooked on pain medication. The doctors kept just feeding me pain medication. And it was like the VA was handing it out hand over fist, The regular doctors were giving it to me too because it wasn't connected at the time. So the 2 pharmacies weren't connected. So I just think, hey, this is what the doctors give me. Might as well take it, between psych drugs and benzos and Xanax and painkillers. They were just feeding it to me. So I was just eating it,
So what happened from there? Like things.
From there, things went horrible when pain meds started running out. Started buying them off the street. I was still a police officer at the time. Bank accounts depleted. I did some real horrible things. I, sold my kids' savings bonds. Everything you could do possible, you do. My wife was real quiet. It had nothing really to do with it. She had no idea at that time. And things got worse until ended up being no money there anymore that I could actually get away without my kids not eating, which I still took care of my family. So I took, I pulled a couple people over, some different drug dealers, and ended up taking money, I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm an open book. I'll tell you exactly how I did, what I didn't.
Yeah.
I ended up getting caught. I ended up losing my job. I ended up getting charged in Superior Court. Never had a charge before. I got 15 indictments in Superior Court right off the rip.
Wow.
Did a little time.
Did a little time. At first, they kind of hooked me up and gave me some suspended time, but I did a little bit of time. Did about 15. Well, I got 2.5 years, and I ended up doing 15 months in the same jail I was putting people in.
Wow.
First time they shut that door behind me, that next morning I woke up and there's, Whitey Bulger walking next to me. He was in the cell next to me.
And then you picked yourself up when you got out, and tell us how you went in a good direction, how you turned your life around.
It took a little bit. My mother passed away, still got a little worse, and then caught some more cases. And the thing that's turned my life around was I went to detox. And my wife brought my son there because he was having some issues in school because him and I are so close, my youngest. And when he left, my wife asked, you know where Daddy is? And he said, yeah, he's in jail. And that just killed me because they hid it from them. They told him I was in Afghanistan that second time when I was in jail for that long, So just killed me, man. And I got my stuff together. I was blessed. I got into Veterans Court in Dedham. And as soon as I got into Veterans Court, they basically watch you like every other week. You've got to go to stuff. So they set up all the appointments, my psych appointments and everything. And so I picked myself up. I started odd jobs, Next thing I knew, I took a job at like $8 an hour for the VA, just doing engineering stuff. And then I humbled myself even more. I went from a police officer, a war hero, to becoming a housekeeper. It was a federal job, so I took it.
Yeah.
Was it humbling?
Humbling.
Yeah.
Humbling is the name of the word.
Where'd you go from there?
From there, I just started meeting everybody, getting everything together. And next thing you know, I got offered an opportunity. I had a buddy that worked at Providence at the Veterans Benefits at the Federal Building. And just had to basically say who I was and what I did, and they cleared me, and I took this job. And
what are you doing now?
Now I'm officially a veteran service representative for Providence, but I'm actually the veterans homeless coordinator for all of Rhode Island and the southern Massachusetts.
So Jarrod, this is a great example of what we're trying to do. Am I right?
This
I
is-
mean,
this
I
is-
mean, I
this
want
is
the fans
beautiful,
to
yeah.
understand, like, this is what we're bringing to the table. These stories, look at this guy. He went from high to the lows down. He picked himself up, and he rose again. And like, that's a beautiful thing.
It's a
and
comeback story.
What a
It is.
story of
And
redemption.
Chad has
The story of redemption,
Chad has a
everybody,
similar
you know.
story, and we love them stories. And we appreciate having you as part of the Brawl for All
family,
team.
yeah. We're family
It
now.
really-
This
you know,
is
it does feel like a family. At first, I heard that you guys were saying it, but like I probably, like I said last time, I talked to you and my other trainers more than I do my family. Like
Yeah.
you and I on the phone all the time, text, and
Yeah.
I talked to Rich.
I
mean,
said it
just-
in the beginning, didn't I? I
Yeah.
said, bro, for it all, I said, we're a family, and once you're affiliated with us, we're forever. So the next event, even if you're not on it, you're part of
This,
it.
even if somebody out there is watching and they've never attended a boxing match ever, this story and the stories here transcend boxing. They transcend sports. Just to after hearing this story, when I heard this story, even if I didn't want to watch boxing, I want to come and see how this guy does.
You wanted to come and see.
And believe me, he cut his story down.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Because
like-
there's a lot of great detail, and I had that opportunity to really sit down and appreciate his struggles. And let's face the fact, drug addiction and alcohol, those are the biggest addictions in today's society.
Yeah.
It affects everybody in everybody's world and everybody's family. And for someone to be able to overcome and pick themselves up and rise again, it's just a great accomplishment. And I'm
It's
so
not-
proud to hear this.
Yeah.
And anyone that's involved with us that are doing good after the difficulties, it's just great to be a part
And
of
it's the
it.
misnomer
Yeah,
about
Jared?
drug
Yeah,
addiction.
it's so true.
The misnomer about drug addiction is that it could hit a man like you, comes back from the military, a police officer, and he gets in an accident, and that's how it happens. People don't realize the spiral that could happen.
Oh yeah, and the doctors are going to feed it to you, and that's how they make their money. And look at it now. Look at the opium out. The
Opioid
crisis.
epidemic.
The epidemic's ridiculous.
it's
I've
out of
lost
control.
cousins in the last year. I've lost multiple friends over the last year. 2 cousins last year I lost
So
to
for
it.
you to come back from the opium epidemic, it's hats off to you, man.
Appreciate it.
Much
Thank you.
respect.
Yeah.
And now you're doing something. Good job, man. And now you're doing something positive, and everybody in your family's proud of you. You're a good comeback story. The hopes of this is that you really truly can mend this fence and settle this grudge once and for all.
Well, even if it doesn't at this point, you guys helped change my life, to put this in my life, and I appreciate it because, listen, I'm, like I keep saying, I've never even boxed. And now, you know what, I got something to look forward to at this point.
Well, listen, we're excited, Jared.
Yeah.
Another Juice
Episode
night.
2 in the books.
We're going February 17th at the West Warwick Civic Center. Hope to see you all there and support this great event that's coming up and be a part of Brawl for It All in the future of what we're doing.
Doors open at 5 o'clock. Thank you guys for your support. Gerald, Jason,
Thank you for inviting me.
Chad, Chad, Ranger.
Oh, no, it's going to be
That's how bad I
Chad.
went. Thank you. All right, guys, take care.